that, but it might just be an approximate that Oria means head of the house. Is that true, sir? Perhaps that's why you're the head of Nexim. And we're really delighted to have you here, and we trust that we'll forge an enduring relationship with your organization. Mr. Robert Ngwaga Oria, the distinguished guest lecturer of today, is an accomplished banker with considerable wealth of experience in banking and financial management. His educational background is a telling testimony to his professional calling, as he attended the Premier University of Ibadan, Nigeria, and graduated with an MSc in banking and finance. He also has a diploma in accounting from Benue Polytechnic. His experience spans over 25 years in banking and finance, covering investment, commercial and mortgage banking, corporate finance and treasury management, having worked in several financial institutions. His career in banking began in February 1984 when he joined the services of International Merchant Bank PLC, IMB, and worked there until September 1990 when he left to join Credit Bank of Nigeria Limited, briefly as a pioneer staff. He was then seconded to Prime Merchant Bank Limited in July 1991 as head of foreign operations. Mr. Oria subsequently moved to Pace Mortgage Finance Limited in October 1992 as the General Manager and Chief Executive Officer. He thereafter joined Lobi Bank of Nigeria Limited in January 1994 and later became the Managing Director and Executive Chairman until January 1998 when he was reassigned to Premier Commercial Bank PLC as an Executive Director. Mr. Oria's last appointment was as an Executive Director in charge of Capital Markets, Financial Advisory Services and Research and Strategy with Afribiztv Capital Limited. He held the position until his recent appointment on 14th August 2009 as the MD CEO of the Nigerian Export-Import Bank, Nexim. Mr. Oria has brought uncommon managerial competence and professional acumen to bear on a sensitive portfolio at Nexim Bank. The management of the bank under him is pursuing a vigorous policy of growing the manufacturing, agricultural, solid mineral services and other non-oil sectors to ensure the robust growth of the economy in fidelity to the federal government's objective of diversifying the economy on a sustainable basis. He has since recovered huge non-performing loans and revived the bank, which was almost comatose. Recently, under his dynamic leadership, the bank set aside a sum of 6 billion naira to enable Nigerian manufacturers to deepen exports within the West African sub-region. The amount will enable the bank to create over 25,000 jobs, as well as enable it effectively fulfill its mandate in key areas of the economy. Its commitment is to accord similar attention to the creative industries. Mr. Oria is an associate member of the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria in London, Certified Pension Institute of Nigeria, and Nigerian Institute of Management. He is also a member of the Institute of Management Consultants. He is happily married with children. Please join me as I welcome Mr. Robert Ngwaga Oria.
Let me start by thanking the dean for giving opportunity for me to be here today, the faculty staff, my dear students, and the visitors that are here. I'm excited to be here, especially when it has to do with entertainment. We believe that entertainment is an area that can create a lot of jobs for our teeming youths. But let me give you a background. A lot of people have been hearing about Nexim. The full meaning of Nexim is Nigerian Export-Import Bank. And I think my coming here has made me to meet one of my colleagues. He actually worked under me, building Oridata, who are colleagues, one of my staff. Now, the Nigerian Export-Import Bank was set up to diversify the economy of Nigeria away from oil. You know, we have oil, and there's a tendency for everybody to rely on oil. Our export revenues, oil constitute about 96%. The revenues of the government, oil constitute about 70%. And I believe that oil has made Nigerians very, very lazy. It's not a blessing to Nigeria, it's a cost to Nigeria. So Nexim Bank was set up to diversify the economy of Nigeria away from oil. Now, I got into Nexim Bank in August 2000. I just want to give a break your background on Nexim, before we get to the main lecture. I got in August 2009. I met a bank that both the financial and operational situation of the bank had deteriorated to alarming proportions. I made a loan portfolio of 14.6 billion naira. 10.03 billion was completely lost in line with the prudential guidelines. I met staff that had significant skill gaps that cannot speak and understand the language of the industry. The shareholders' funds were completely depleted to a level that it was difficult for the bank to survive. And the leadership, without criticizing my predecessors, but the leadership had actually deviated from the primary mandate of the bank. They were lending both to oil and non-oil. So we needed to refocus the bank. Nexim is owned by two government agencies. We are owned by Central Bank and Federal Ministry of Finance in equal proportion. By the time we got in there, Central Bank, whether there was a bank called Nexim, I'm not sure because they didn't want to hear the name Nexim. Over the years, they have been able to pay equity. Because the money we get here is equity, so definitely you need a return on your investment. Central Bank was supposed to give us 25 billion. For 20 years, they gave us 6.7 billion. And we got in, say we're not going to Central Bank, we're not going to Federal Ministry of Finance to have some money. Let us have a strategic direction for this one. We're supposed to intervene in non-oil sectors. Do we have the money to intervene in all the non-oil sectors? We don't have. But let's have a 5-year strategic plan. Determining those sectors that we believe have very high growth potentials in terms of generating jobs for Nigerians, getting foreign exchange for Nigeria, and creating wealth. And we decided to now focus on 4 sectors: on manufacturing, on agriculture, especially the agro-processing, because we want our own commodities to be value-added before we begin to export. And then we look at the solid minerals and then the services.